is Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs Postgame Live.
Here's a 1-2. Cubs will win it. Peterson will go back on it. And he makes the catch. Caesar tags. Ball game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Chris Denorfia the hero tonight. 1-0.
That's the shot of the year, as Holly called it. That is absolutely phenomenal. Chris Denorfia, the game winner. 1-5-0. Whole lot better than 0-3-0. Mott over Peralta. Cubs, a season high. 9 over at 39-30. Man, hello, welcome in to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. He is Todd Hollandsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Jason Hamill, magnificent tonight, and that's the big takeaway other than the obvious, a walk-off win.
Well, it is. I mean, when you sit here and you look at the matchup going into this, we know that Greinke has been absolutely dealing this year. Comes in 5-2, ERA under 2. Has been actually better than Clayton Kershaw, if you will. And Hamill matches up with him pitch for pitch, and that's the ball game. I mean, you knew this one was going to be tight. The way that both of them have been throwing this year, Hamill was outstanding. Never gave the Dodgers a chance in this ball game. I mean, that's how good he was. I was even thinking back to that 8th inning, the pitches that he was executing. There was a 3-0 pitch, threw a slider. I mean, just the willingness to trust his secondary stuff. You've seen it. We've talked about how good his slider has been this year, but he is really in a great spot right now. He's throwing what he wants, when he wants, and that is confusing a lot of offenses.
All right, let's go to the 10th inning. It's a 0-0 ball game, and the Cubs trying to see if they can win this thing right here in the 10th. Mike Baxter is going to lead things off. Base hit to right. So the winning run is aboard with nobody out. Next man up is Matt Caesar. Smokes one down the line. Really nice stop at third. I think it's Cayaspo over there. And he cannot come up with an infield hit. And Dexter Fowler pinch hitting. He walks. So the bases are loaded. Addison Russell. That's a really good play by Adrian Gonzalez over at first. Bobbles it, but still gets the force. And then there's your walk-off winners. Chris Denorfia, a long fly ball. And I give Jock Peterson a lot of credit because a lot of guys would have watched that thing roll to the wall, walked off. You don't know if Caesar's going to have a problem, fall down, or leave early. And so I give him a lot of credit. There's the winner right there. Time for Joe Madden, brought to you by Xfinity.
What was the time of game right there? 3 and a little bit? Cool, I got it. We're good, we're good.
The best catch of the game was when Fowler on the side. That
was outstanding. You know, you worry about the baby, of course, but he looked like he had it under control. Looks like he did it before almost. That was a great play, and really there's some levity involved for the entire audience. I thought it was great.
Overall, just a good game and start.
Just like yesterday, we played well 2 days in a row, like really well, no mistakes, pitched really well. I thought we hit the ball great tonight. I mean, in a 1-0 game, what do we have, like maybe 5 hits? I thought we had great at-bats all night long and hit the ball well. Excuse me. So I'm saying I thought the game was complete. We pitched well, we swung the bats well, we worked good at-bats, we played defense. It was a nice night.
So now you walk off 8 extra inning wins, they're both leading the majors. What does that speak to?
I just like the thing we've been harping on since spring training was to play 9 innings hard every night. You just got to keep coming after them. You can't quit. I mean, the word grinding is used a lot in Major League Baseball, but we just had to convince a lot of our guys that that's the way to do this. It just doesn't happen. You have to take things. Nobody gives you anything here. You got to take things. So I love the way our guys are going about their business. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. We were engaged in every pitch. I thought we were in the present tense all night long, and I loved it.
Hamill just seems like he pitched for the purpose, whether it's the first at bat.
He was good from the first inning. He was really good from the very first moment of the game. And again, I thought he was really good going into the 8th. The 2 walks obviously got him out of the game, and then and Ronnie did a great job with the 1 pitch. But Hammer really better command of his fastball as opposed to the last couple outings. And then beyond that, his slider was really pertinent tonight. It was a really good pitch. Very confident, very, excuse me, under control emotionally. I thought he was really good.
Do you think
the smoke's killing me in our locker room?
When he grounded When he grounded out, that might have had some lingering effect on the next day.
No, I honest to goodness do not think so. I think that he just started to get a little jumpy. I've seen that before. He wants to get it done quickly, and he starts coming out of his delivery a little bit. That's what I saw. But I didn't think it was the residue of the at-bat.
You talk about things like believability in training since he's had. How much does coming away with a win against Kershaw and Greinke affect that?
I mean, that's got to give you some kind of confidence that you can do it against the best. I would hope so. And again, you have to pitch better than good pitching. We did 2 nights in a row, and that's really the key to the whole thing, is the fact that we pitched so well, we played defense so well, and they were able to muster up enough runs to win both games. So to me, you're going to look at, I mean, I don't know what people are going to look at in general, but for me, it's all about pitching and defense these last 2 nights.
Was Chris okay after that running catch, and he lifted him for Denorfia pretty quickly after that nice running catch made to end the 8th?
That was just based on Liberatore pitching.
Oh.
No, that's all that was. Absolutely, yeah.
The key has been their Fowler's walk, or was it everyone?
We eschewed the bunt in the 10th inning.
Oh, really?
Yes, we did. We went through, was it with the Siri? We wanted to get the correct pronunciation of eschewed. So eschewed. Yeah, we refrained from the bunt all throughout the inning. I mean, Baxter gets on, and then the second at bat right there with Cesar. I mean, I know Peralta. Peralta's a heavy fly ball pitcher. I wasn't worried about a ground ball, and of course, Matt hits a ground ball. But the third baseman was so far in, it permitted that to happen. And then here comes Dexter, and who knows what they're going to do in their bullpen. Let's just win it right now. I mean, you'd have been satisfied, a lot of people would have been satisfied with the bunt, runner at second base, and having Dexter swing away. So now you got first and second, and I'm not going to just have him bunt second and third, give up an out, when he can drive in the winning run right there. And then furthermore, Peralta's a fly ball pitcher. So there's all these different factors working right there.
All right, there you go. Joe Madden dealing with the effects of the smoke machine in the Cubs clubhouse. He gives his players 30 minutes, of course, with the disco ball and the lights and the music and the smoke machine, celebrate, and then we put it away and move on to the next day is what he tells them.
Well, and that's the approach. It's worked all year long. And that's the one thing that you kind of extract even from most of his post-game meetings is that this team is going to play 27 outs, sometimes 30 outs, sometimes 33 outs, the way that they've been going about it this year. They're going to grind. They're going to, and he's absolutely right. I was quite impressed with their at-bats tonight. I know this was a pitcher's duel, but again, you had the feel. I mean, even against Greinke, I mean, think about it. They got him out of there after 6, 111 pitches. They got his pitch count up. They were trying to put together good at-bats. He's one of the best in the game. So there's a lot of credit that goes out tonight with their offensive approach. Then you turn it over to Hamill and how good he was as well, matching him pitch for pitch.
All right, time for our Cholula Hot Sauce pitching recap. And, I mean, we're talking about 2 ace-like performances tonight. Zach Greinke, 6 innings, 3 hits, nary a run, punched out 5 and walked 2, 111, 66 for strike. Jason Hamill, a little bit better. 7 2/3 of 2 hit, no run, 6K, 2 walk, baseball 107. And 67 for strike.
I like to talk about Jason Hamill, even the type of contact tonight. I mean, you sit there and talk about the, a couple walks there in the 8th inning of the 6 punch-outs that he had. You say, well, what are you talking about? You know what? Here's the thing. There was not a lot of baseballs squared up tonight. Broken back ground balls in the infield. Matter of fact, he had a little run there in the 3rd and 4th inning. He had 4 pop-ups, balls that didn't even leave the infield. There just was not loud action. Peterson's about the only one who lined out to Addison Russell on that little line drive up the middle. He was in perfect spot, jumped up to catch it. That's about the hardest hit ball that the Dodgers came up with all night long. He had it working. Nice little period there. He was going alternating fastball, slider, mixed in the changeup in those later innings. Great stuff going on with Jason Hamill. He is locked in and having a terrific season.
All right, how about the Cubs bullpen? Hector Rondon, Pedro Strop, Jason Mott, and the Cubs get it done. And, look, they got some really nice defensive plays right there. Ball game on the line.
That's huge
Coghlan
right there.
comes in and makes the play. And when they had to make a pitch, they made a pitch.
Well, the thing that's impressing me right now with this group is that they're pitching to the scouting report so well. I mean, here's the thing. You know what some of these hitters are. I've seen these guys before myself, and you know what they're susceptible to at times, and they're not falling into patterns. They're not just giving in when they fall behind. I talked about that with Hamill. You actually saw it with the bullpen as well tonight, expanding the strike zone when need be. And just because a Dodger hitter would get ahead 2-0, you weren't going to get a fastball.
All right, look at Zach Greinke at Wrigley. 4 starts, he's 0-2 with an 8.10 ERA, and that's after the 6 shutout innings tonight. I mean, his ERA was up around 11. So he has not fared well pitching at the friendly confines, but tonight he was outstanding.
Yeah, Zach had it going on. Again, if you watch obviously a lot of the ball games tonight, you realize that the strike zone was low. Home plate umpire had a very low strike zone. Both guys, vets, exploited that and continued to add and subtract down at the bottom of the zone, would pitch up for purpose. That's it. You didn't see anything out over the plate. Neither one of these guys made mistakes, and Greinke was as good. Great changeup. You saw it right there as well. 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, made pitches, wasn't afraid to throw inside. And Greinke, this is what he's been about all season long. It's very interesting. Like you said, came in with an ERA over 10 in 3 starts. Nice one for him tonight. But again, Hamill matching and pitch for pitch really set the stage, obviously, for us late.
All right, we got to take our first time out here on our post-game show. A lot more to do. Cubs beat the Dodgers 1-0, their season high. 9 over 500 at 39-30. Everything brought to you tonight, brought by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Holly and I'll be right back.
Cubs Post-Game Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
How's he going up there?
I need more time!
You only get a handful of minutes to start a new life.
We gotta go!
Keep looking! It's gotta be here!
He's coming!
So you grab what you need to get you through.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna go have our baby now.
Like keys!
I'm so nervous.
Where were you born? It's a question asked all the time. Because where you're from shapes who you are, inspires how you do things. And when that inspiration comes from a place this refreshing, this majestic, this... well, you get the idea. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
This is the Andersons' new Honda Accord LX. Compared to a Nissan Altima 2.5, it's more spacious inside and has more standard features like dual-zone climate control and a rear-view camera. Under the hood, better horsepower and torque for when they need it most. The only downside? They have to get out sometime. No wonder the Accord is the best value in America. Start something special with the Accord.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Wow, you're in the wrong sport. I want to start a cross-country team.
Based on the true story about a small-town team.
Ain't no way I'm wearing these. Then you're running naked.
That became a phenomenon.
You've given hope to this whole town.
They come to the family, I want that back.
McFarland USA, rated PG. Movies start at Channel 125.
To some of us, home improvement isn't a chore. It's a privilege and a satisfying part of owning your own home. The tools and supplies you choose need to be able to deliver the same quality that you demand of the work you do. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand, and we want to help you achieve the best job possible. For your next home repair or home improvement project, we'd like to help you make your life better with genuine value. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Time for our Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Who's hot and who's not so hot in the month of June? Who's hot? How about Giancarlo Stanton? Raking 342, 10 bombs, 20 knocked in it tonight. Tied the major league best for the season. His own 484-foot home run. Justin Upton, $174. Brutal. 22 Ks and 1 measly home run for all that money. Welcome back to Cubs Post-Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. UPS store, taking care of business. Player of the game, no doubt about it. Jason Hamill, Holly. This guy was magnificent.
Yeah, I locked in. We talked about it again, working all 4 pitches. And again, how his slider has helped him so much this year. I mean, again, to me, I always talk about the type of contact that you get from the hitters. And tonight, there was not a lot of it. I think I've got 1 line drive down and a couple hard ground balls, and that's it. The Los Angeles Dodgers came in as one of the best offenses in the National League. Jason Hamill shut them down completely. Not any kind of hard contact.
All right, time to go to the podium. Hammer time with Jason Hamill.
We're real proud of the guys for that, and then obviously 10th inning finding a way.
How much do wins like this kind of carry over into like late September here in a close one-run game? You fall back on wins like today or even yesterday too.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is experience, especially for the young guys. You know, there's plenty of guys on this team that have done it before, but for these young guys, you know, they're learning how to continue to grind out professional at bats. You know, that we need to make sure that every out, every pitch, every at bat counts. You know, so. Especially when you get deep into September and then in October, everything counts. So, you know, it's a learning experience for everybody, and it's nice to come out on top.
Can you take us through your perspective on the foul ball, the man caught?
Oh.
Did you see the replay or everything like that?
Those are flashes of Bartman? Is that where? not near the importance. But yeah, I mean, it was very obvious. It popped up that was still in play. You see his glove right there. So. Obviously, I would have liked to have another swing there, but I was out. It's just, it is what it is.
All right, we'll tell you all about the catch of the year. Hope you're bringing that name up, Holly. We'll be right back at Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
This mountain doesn't own a watch. It's not in a hurry to get where it's going. And yet, after millions of years, it has arrived. It's what inspired us to cold age our beer, which, thankfully, takes a little less than a million years. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
This 4th of July, Nissan's giving you 1,000 more reasons to celebrate. Choose versatility, innovation, excitement, and get holiday bonus cash. During Nissan's Free to Choose event, get up to 1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers. Hurry! Holiday bonus cash ends July 6th. Shop at your local Nissan store and choosenissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Meet Gina Harrison, a recent grad with a degree in kinesiology.
What's kinesiology?
The science of body movement.
Gina's driven to make the workplace healthier. Her dedication could power your whole company. So hire Gina and get your company in shape.
You don't need advertising to get a job. That's why Fifth Third Bank is giving away $1 million in job search training. Enter at 53.com/brandofyou. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
Flour-pressed soap, homemade hot sauce, artisanal pickles, whatever those are. Well, we're glad handcrafted is finally cool. Because at Firestone Complete Auto Care, we've been handcrafting since 1926. Robots might build cars, but it takes human hands to keep them running right. And that's a guarantee, backed by our fixed right promise. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Soccer. Is that cool? Top Chef. Oh, no! Soccer! Top Chef!
I guess I can only equate it to...
Soccer! Top Chef! Disco!
Say it and see it with the X1 voice remote from Xfinity.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
All right, let's check out our Sports Authority play of the game. This might be the play of the year. You're going to see it everywhere. Hamill at the dish. Fouls one down the first base line. Adrian Gonzalez over. Man with baby being fed at the same time says, no ball for you.
Don't drop the baby.
make the play, take the ball. Dodgers complain, and it is ruled an out, fan interference. You will see that everywhere. That is the catch of the year, play of the year. All right, time to take a look at our Blue Cross Blue Shield key to the Cup win.
All right, well, this is kind of what we were keying in on early tonight. Unfriendly confines, we were talking about Zach Greinke and those numbers that stood out. 0-2, 3 starts, 11.57 ERA. 14 innings, 26 hits. I thought there was a good opportunity for us. We've been swinging the bats pretty well of late, but Greinke was on his game tonight. I will say this, there was quality at bats start to finish for us, but again, not a lot of results. So Greinke was able to defeat that just a little bit, and again, made some big pitches in big spots, as I like to say. So nice performance from him, but in the end, we get the win.
Real good win for the Chicago Cubs, 1-0 over the Dodgers. Take a timeout. We'll come right back, wrap this puppy up.
Kate!
She can't go alone. Give me your hand! That was close.
Get the best tools for any job at Menards. Right now, all stock Bosch, Skill, and Dremel power tool accessories are on sale. Pick up these 10-inch saw blades. This 2-pack features one 28-tooth and one 60-tooth carbide-tipped blade, $19.99. This lithium-ion power box job site radio and charger provides 360-degree stereo sound, $149. And this 18-volt 2-tool cordless combo kit includes a drill, an impact driver, and 2 lithium-ion batteries, only $199.
Save big money at Menards.
We need to cut down on spending.
Can't be that bad.
Is that a Rembrandt?
I'm a big picture guy.
I think you misinterpreted that idiot.
Look, we had CDW custom configured new HP Elite books with Intel Core M processors to improve efficiency.
And?
They're also highly durable, so we save money on replacement costs.
See? Problem solved.
You dreamt of a kitchen to cook, with details in every nook. Then I showed you a crack on the wall and found you a house that was a smarter call. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
You decided to downsize your home. Then I said the contract should include an inspection, which revealed you weren't alone. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
In the fraction of time we spend driving in reverse, about 500,000 accidents occur each year, which is why the Infiniti QX60 has world's first safety technology available, like backup collision intervention, which can brake even before you do to help keep everyone safe. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Sports Authority is proud to be the official sporting goods retailer of the Chicago Cubs. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
All right, here's pitching matchup for tomorrow's Game 3 in the series. Holly?
Well, it's going to be a good one. Now, you're not going to see the velocity that we saw tonight, but both these guys are in pretty good grooves, although Kyle Hendricks is coming off a bit of a rough one. So you are going to see pitching, and both guys feature 4 pitches, and that's what you're going to see again tomorrow night. Interesting to see if the offenses don't get going just a little bit more in this series. Maybe we see that tomorrow, but I kind of expect that because you're going to be dealing with, like I said, a little bit less velocity. I think Kyle, who has obviously pitched very well at home, is in line to have a good one as well. He's had a nice little roadmap from the last 2 starts we've had against the Los Angeles Dodgers to follow.
Yeah, you know, Starlin made that error in the first inning on Friday night, and it seemed to unravel Kyle Hendricks. Yep. So we'll see if he can get off to a good start tomorrow and get the Cubs another win as they look to take 3 out of 3 in this series. Thank you for watching Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Sportsnet Central is next. Mark Shanowski then headed off to the draft room. He'll make the Bulls' first selection on Thursday night. For Holly, I'm Cap. Let's send it off to Sportsnet Central. Have a great night.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome into Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC. Alongside Jen Latta, I'm Mark Shinowski.
Jeff Samardzija and the White Sox look to get back on target in the Twin Cities. And it was a pitcher's duel on the north side, where Jason Hamill and Zach Greinke were dealing.
With an all-star center potentially available, could the Bulls make a bold move before Thursday's NBA draft?
And what's Stan's plan for the Blackhawks? Look, Mom, no hands. Sportsnet Central starts right now.
Connected to Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC.
Driven in the air, out into deep right. Puig goes back on it, and is gone. That's a two-run homer.
Chris Bryant broke out of a 1-for-18 slump with 2 homers in last night's 4-2 victory over the Dodgers. It was Bryant's first Major League multi-homer game. The rookie now stands third in the All-Star voting among National League third basemen. Joe Madden updated reporters on a couple of injured players before tonight's game. Dexter Fowler is day-to-day with a sprained left ankle. He is available for pinch hitting duty, while the Cubs are hopeful Tsuyoshi Iwata will make his next scheduled start Saturday down in St. Louis. Cubs looking for a second straight victory over a high-priced Dodgers pitcher. They had to like their chances considering Zach Greinke came in winless over 3 career starts at Wrigley Field with an earned run average over 11. Meanwhile, Jason Hamill on the mound for the Cubs. He starts strong, gets Yasiel Puig on strikes to start the game. Jock Peterson goes down swinging, and then Chris Bryant with some nice defense at third. Fields the sharp grounder, goes across the diamond to get Howie Kendrick. Hamill retired the first 6 LA hitters. In the second inning, here's something you don't see every day. Jason Hamill lifts a pop fly down the first base line. Check out the fan. He's got his infant son in one arm, reaches out and makes the barehanded snag. It looks like Adrian Gonzalez would have made the catch. The fan leaned over onto the playing field. The umpires would review the play. Hamill ruled out because of fan interference, but of course, they're not going to throw the guy out of the ballpark. He's carrying a baby. In the fourth inning, more good defense from the Cubs. Addison Russell, the leaping grab to rob Peterson of a hit. Take another look. Russell showing off an NBA quality vertical leap there. We are still scoreless. Now move ahead to the 8th inning. Hector Rondon on in relief of Hamill. 2 on, 2 out for Puig. Flare into shallow center. Big crowd of Cubs there, but Chris Coughlin comes charging in to make the catch. Fortunately, no collision. 9th inning, more strong defense from the home team. Kendrick, soft grounder up the middle. Starlin Castro charges, makes the throw. Anthony Rizzo, the nice stretch for the out. Castro and the Cubs will head to extra innings in a scoreless tie. Cubs 7-3 in extras to start the night. Now to the 10th. Bases loaded, 1 out for Kristen Orfia and a chance to win it.
Here's a 1-2. Cuts to win it. Peterson will go back on it. And he makes the catch. Caesar tags. Ball game over. Cubs win.
Another thrilling finish at Wrigley Field. The Cubs with their 9th walk-off win of the season. That's tops in the majors. 1-0 is your final. Our Kelly Krull caught up with the Ryan Dempster lookalike after his game-winning sac fly.
All right, Chris, well, I saw you talking to Addison Russell there before facing Jansen. You get up, you've seen what's coming in front of you. Walk me through that 1-2 at bat.
Well, he's a man who makes his living on his cutter. He has a really good one of the best in the game. So you know what's coming most of the time. And yeah, I've had an opportunity to face him a bunch in the past, so I kind of know what he's doing. I was just trying to let Addison know a little bit what was going on. But you know, he threw me a couple good ones, and I got one I could handle.
I know you're still kind of getting to know this team between your health, now getting things rolling and everything. What has surprised you the most with what some of these young guys have been able to do, and now you guys are 9 games above 500? Well,
they're poised, number one. They come up here and they belong here. They don't need any more seasoning. They're just ready to be contributing major league superstars in a lot of cases. So, you know, we're blessed with a great minor league system, and we're starting to see the fruits of all that labor.
All right, well, you're the superstar tonight, Chris. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Our thanks to Kelly and to Chris, who will have much more Cubs post-game reaction later in the show. Well, we've heard about the Cubs' interest in a potential trade for Philly starting pitcher Cole Hamels. Turns out the Texas Rangers are also interested. John Morosi of Fox Sports reports the Rangers and Phillies are having an ongoing dialogue about a potential trade, and Texas is not among the teams on Hamels' no-trade list. The 31-year-old left-hander 5-5 so far with a 2.96 earned run average for the last place Phils.
All right, to the White Sox now. Think for a moment about the worst possible places that you could go. Your grandmother's basement, maybe. How about the dentist? The Temple of Rats in India? That's a real place, a Temple of Rats. All of those sound much more appealing than a trip to Target Field if you are the White Sox. The White Sox have lost 6 straight there and have been outscored 55-14 during that short span. So back at Target Field, we'll pick this one up early, top of the first, a familiar story. Bases loaded and 1 out. Melky Cabrera, he's up there. He goes down swinging. Not a good start for the team. Alexei Ramirez follows that up with a fielder's choice to short. Sox, though, cannot cash in with the bags jacked. Jeff Samardzija on the hill, meanwhile. He's given up 18 runs in the first inning of this season. One of the greater mysteries following the White Sox. Eddie Rosario makes it 19. His solo shot to right makes it 1-0 Twins. We go to the 4th now. We've got a man on for Giovanni Soto. He's going to drop this single into right field. Connor Gillespie coming around to score, but Soto trying to go to second on the throw. It looked like he was trying to go. Not a good effort, though. We're tied at 1, however. In the bottom half, Samardzija coughing up the lead. Kurt Suzuki with a shot down the third base line. Torrey Hunter would score this one. Eduardo Nunez tries, but he's out at the plate. So the Twins now back on top 2-1. We jump to the 6th now. Another chance for Soto, and he comes through again, delivers a base hit up the middle. It scores Melky from third. We're even at 2 in this one. So to the 7th we go. Another opportunity for the Sox. 2 on for Melky Cabrera. A big problem for the team lately has been getting guys on and not pushing them around. But he singles up the middle here. And Jose Abreu, who had a 4-hit game, is able to score. So the Sox take a 3-2 lead. Sox had 5 hits with runners in scoring position tonight. Samardzija would settle down. Bottom half strikes out Brian Dozier. Shark gave up 2 runs over 7 innings. He struck out 7. And now we go to the top of the 8th, a chance to add some insurance runs. On the 9th pitch of the at-bat, Adam Eaton lines this one off the top of the right field wall. And how about that? It's the first time the Sox have scored more than 3 runs in 10 days. They would tack on 2 more in the 9th, making the 6 runs the most the Sox have put on the board since June 3rd. Samardzija also getting his first win since May 22nd. Final score 6-2. That brings us to tonight's Twitter question. You may have heard a lot of talk about this with the way the White Sox have been struggling. Would you be okay with trading Chris Sale if the price is right? Wow. Use the hashtag White Sox Talk when tweeting your response. We'll have some of your answers later in the show. So the Sox not doing much moving in the standings lately, but moving up the radio dial next season. The team will leave its home at AM 670 The Score for WLS AM 890. Reports say it's a 6-year deal, financial terms not yet disclosed. But get this, after this season, the Cubs will likely move to The Score as their 7-year contract with WBBM AM 780 allows for a one-time relocation to The Score in 2016. How convenient.
That's big-time radio business right there. Well, now that we know the exact figure for the NHL salary cap for next season, it's time for that man, Stan Bowman, to roll up his sleeves and get to work. Pat Boyle and Chris Cook break down the difficult decisions Bowman faces in the days ahead. And is it possible the Sacramento Kings would actually consider trading their 24-year-old all-star center? We'll examine what the price might be to acquire a talent like Boogie Cousins. And we'll also hear from former Bulls and Kings center Bill Wennington, who explains why the current Bulls players should be looking forward to playing in Fred Hoiberg's high-octane offense.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC. Now pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,000 purchase cash on 2015 Sierra SLT models.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with New Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at Advance Auto, Walgreens, Ace, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Advance Auto, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Remember the invite? Remember to make reservations?
Absolutely.
Remember the tickets? Remember where we parked?
Absolutely. Generously appointed Lexus ES and ES Hybrid with leading-edge connectivity. Unforgettable. Lease the 2015 ES 350 for $349 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Tomorrow, it's a battle of blue as the Northsiders set out to seize Game 3 of the series from LA. But first, join us for Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto. Cubs, Dodgers, starting at 6:30 on CSN. Wednesday Baseball is brought to you by DraftKings.
The web is full of stories and sources. When it comes to your Chi-Town squads, you can bet CSNChicago.com is bringing you the facts. From Chicago, for Chicago. CSNChicago.com.
Welcome back. We told you yesterday that the Stanley Cup is living it up in Las Vegas before the NHL awards tomorrow night. Today, the Cup took a ride on the high roller Ferris wheel just off the Las Vegas Strip. But the Blackhawks championship celebration is short-lived as the Stanley Cup hangover begins to set in. The NHL announced today the salary cap will be set at $71.4 million next season. With 14 players under contract for next year, Stan Bowman has some tough decisions to make this week. For more on the roster turnover, we turn it over to Pat Boyle.
Joined now by Tribune Blackhawks beat writer Chris Cook. Chris, we found out the cap will be $71.4 million for next season. Blackhawks have 15 players under contract for next season, around $65 million. So a lot of work to do for Stan Bowman to fill out that roster. If you had to predict the big salary players they'd look to part with, who's most likely to go?
Well, Pat, I don't think there's any question that Patrick Sharp is the guy who's going to go. You know, he's got a big contract, his $5.9 million salary cap hit. He's getting up there in age a little bit. His role changed quite a bit, but he's still got some value as a two-way player who can score some goals. So I think he's the guy you're looking at. That's almost a fait accompli. I don't expect Patrick Sharp to be a Blackhawk following this weekend. We're going to go. Stan Bowman's going to go down to the NHL draft, probably make a deal for, hopefully get a first-round pick for him. They don't want assets back in particular. Maybe take a prospect back, but basically what they want is to get some draft picks because there's no room at the end for salaries. And I think if Brian Bickle's another guy, $4 million salary cap, a guy who kind of underproduced this year. He's got some trade value though because he can put the puck in the net a little bit. He's a big guy who can lay some hits. Chris Versteeg, another guy, $2.2 million salary cap hit. So not that unfriendly, but another guy that Stan Bowman might look to be moving.
We move to the blue line. Looks like they certainly won't be able to afford Johnny Oduya, who's an unrestricted free agent. Who's likely to step up and become that fourth defenseman? And is that player already in the Blackhawks organization?
Yeah, a guy named Stephen Johns, a young kid that they brought up briefly, just got a quick look. Actually didn't get into a game, but they saw him in practice a couple times. Very Brent Seabrook-like, a big guy, can lay the body. He moved the puck a little bit. They're very high on him. I think you're going to see a lot of youth along the blue line next year, and that's not something that Joe Quenneville particularly likes, knowing that you got some high-powered NHL offenses in there. But at some point, you're going to have to go young. It'll be next season, and I think Stephen Johns is going to be your guy.
Do you expect any surprise deals that Stan Bowman might pull off?
You know, I do. I guess Stan Bowman, he's had a plan for a while now. I think the fans need to realize that he's realized what's going to happen here. This is not something that's really going to surprise him. So it wouldn't surprise me if a name that we hadn't talked about is going. I don't think it'd be a core guy. I don't think, you know, obviously not Jonathan Taves or Patrick Kane or Duncan Keith, a guy like that. But a guy like Andrew Shaw, maybe. I mean, fans just see it would be tough for him to go. But Stan Bowman at some point knows he needs to get some draft picks back. He needs to shed some salary. So it would not surprise me if a guy that Hawks fans are very familiar with would go as well.
So while the Stanley Cup parties, the guy named after the Cup continues to work on the next championship run. Chris Cook will be checking out your work in the trip.
Good stuff, gentlemen. Here is a look at the Blackhawks free agent list headed into this offseason. The biggest task Bowman has, signing restricted free agents Brandon Saad and Marcus Kruger, because they could field big offer sheets from some other teams, and that would be tough for the Hawks to match. They also have some key unrestricted free agents in Johnny Oduya, Andrew Desjardins, Antoine Vermette, and Brad Richards. Most of those guys unlikely to return, unless they can get a hometown discount. Jonathan Taves in Las Vegas for the NHL Awards talked about the reality of a roster shakeup.
It's one of those things, especially for our team, considering the success we just finished off the season with, and the excitement, and all of a sudden it does feel a lot like 2010, where it's imminent, and all of a sudden we kind of turn our outlook from the positive to the negative of everything, and it's going to be tough for our team and tough for some of our teammates. And obviously not an enjoyable moment, knowing that we might have to lose a few. There's always the understanding of those types of things that might be coming around the bend, and I think we always, we got questions about it throughout the season. I don't think it was an outspoken conversation, but now I think we're all pretty realistic about what might happen.
A very worn out Jonathan Taves. We are less than 48 hours away from the start of the annual NBA draft. The Bulls have just one selection. That comes late in round one. They're expected to go with either a wing shooter or a backup point guard. Joining us now is Vincent Goodwill, our Bulls insider from CSNChicago.com. All right, Vinny, it's time to go on the record. I've got the Bulls selecting Georgia State shooting guard R.J. Hunter at 22. Which position do you think Gar Forman would like to strengthen, and which player will they ultimately select?
Well, the good thing about this Bulls roster is there isn't one particular position of extreme need, but I do think that with the position that Mike Dunleavy is in at 35 years old and impending free agent, and you're not exactly sure how Doug McDermott is going to progress in the second year, in addition to Jimmy Butler's impending restricted free agency, I think you have to address that swingman position, get yourself a little more insurance. Even though Tony Snell's going to get more playing time this year, I wouldn't be surprised they took a guy like Rondé Hollis-Jefferson from Arizona. Even a guy like Tyus Jones from Duke. The backup point guard is also a position sort of need that they'll have to address this offseason too. So they have a lot of different directions that they can go, but the beauty of being where they are right now, Mark, is that they can sort of let the draft unfold. If a guy slips who's a top 15 talent and he slips to them at 22, they can take the best player available and just find a way to fit him into what they do.
Taj Gibson's recent ankle surgery probably means the Bulls won't be very active in trade talks over the next couple days. Does it sound to you like the Bulls are content to bring back largely the same roster they had last season?
Well, I think that's what their thinking is with Tom Thibodeau. They obviously looked at the playoff series between Cleveland and said, if a few things break our way, if, strategically we make some adjustments, we're playing in the finals against Golden State, and you're not going to have too many people in that building that disagree with that line of thinking. I think it's a very flawed way of thinking if you're not going to try to tinker with this roster and to try to improve it.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot now. If George Karl eventually convinces his owner to trade 24-year-old all-star center DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, would you be willing to trade either Derrick Rose or Jimmy Butler in a package to bring Cousins to Chicago?
Derrick Rose, no, because I like the building that I live in and I don't want it to be set on fire. As far as Jimmy Butler, I think that he's a great player who's sort of coming into his own, but I love DeMarcus Cousins. I think centers like that with that type of talent, no matter what you think of all the other things, they don't grow on trees. You can't find a DeMarcus Cousins on a street corner somewhere. You can't even find him in this draft. And this draft is full with big men who are versatile, who can score and defend, but you cannot find a DeMarcus Cousins. So short of the kitchen sink, I would offer any and everything I could to see if I could pry DeMarcus Cousins away from Sacramento. I don't think it's realistic.
Right.
If I was Gar Foreman, that's what I would do.
Vincent, thanks a lot. We'll see you at the draft on Thursday.
All right, Mark.
R.J. Hunter has been moving up a lot of teams' draft boards with strong showings during personal workouts. He averaged over 18 points a game playing for his father at Georgia State. But he only shot 42% from the field as the focal point of the offense. His dad wouldn't take him out if he took a bad shot. At 6'6", Hunter has good size for an NBA two-guard, and he definitely knows what his strong suit is.
Shooting, of course, but I don't think people give me credit for my IQ. You know what I mean? I got great feel for the game, and I think that's why I'm at this level right now. And I think that'll take me forward moving on.
What do you want to improve on the most by the time the draft approaches?
Ball handling. I think that's something nowadays you have to have. You got Blake Griffins and big guys handling the ball like ones and twos, so mine has to be even more tight. So just working on that and condition, I think everything else takes care of itself. Being a coach's son and a captain alone is extra pressure, you know what I mean? So I had to learn how to react to coaching for me and my teammates, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm a good leader. I think I'm a proven leader, and I'm a good teammate. You know, coaches' sons the perception is we're spoiled. We don't get along with our team. We stay off campus, but I was always with my team, always involved with my team, so I'm ready to show that.
How has your dad helped you with this process so far?
He's just supported me. You know, ever since the last game, he's been more of a dad. You know what I mean? I think the coaching thing is over with, so he's just here to support me, and he's happy for me. Now it's a business, and it's cutthroat, and you have to go about all your business as a man, and I think I'll just use that moving forward. I like impact comparisons, you know what I mean? I can do that, like a Klay Thompson, kind of a two-way player, not a guy who's just shooting shots and coming off screens, but a guy who defends too, does rebounds, makes plays. So a comparison guy, I don't think I play like anybody, but impact-wise, I kind of want that Klay Thompson feel. I think kind of up-tempo teams, but like I said, I'm a good adapter, and I can adapt a lot of style of play. So if you like to play full court or get up and down, I can do that. If you want to play half court and grind it out, I feel like I can do that too, and that's why I feel like I got a strength. I got a good cerebral game, and I can feel the game out, you know what I mean? So I think I'll be good either way.
Well, as Hunter just mentioned, he could be an ideal fit on a Bulls team that plans to play up-tempo under new head coach Fred Hoiberg. Hoiberg wants his point guards to push the ball up the floor and look to set up teammates for open shots in transition. Bulls radio analyst Bill Wennington says it's the kind of offense that Bulls players should enjoy.
His record at Iowa State, his worst year was his first year. It was 16-16, got better every year. He got to the tournament a couple times, and his high-octane offense, I think, will be a nice boost and a big difference for this Chicago Bulls team. Got a lot of good athletes on the team, and to pick up the pace offensively, I think, will be something very exciting for Chicago.
Still to come, it may have been the best catch of the year in baseball, but it wasn't even made by a player. Coming up, we'll hear from one lucky fan at the friendly confines tonight.
Hey, White Sox fans, remember this?
Plum hits it into right, down the line. It is gone. And here in the 14th inning, the White Sox take a 6-5 lead.
It's one of my favorite moments from 2005. Come see me, Jeff Blum, and my teammates July 17th through the 19th for a special 2005 World Championship Reunion Weekend presented by your local Ford stores. Tickets to all 3 games are on sale now, so visit WhiteSox.com today.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at O'Reilly Auto, Lowe's, Pep Boys, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Esurance was born online, which means fewer costs, which saves money. Their customer experience is virtually paperless, which saves paper, which saves money. They have smart online tools, so you only pay for what's right for you, which saves money. They settle claims quickly, which saves time, which saves money. They drive an all-hybrid claims fleet, which saves gas, which saves money. They were born online and built to save money, which means when they save, you save, because that's how it should work in the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
First, let's get you pre-qualified for a mortgage. Just give my guy a call. He'll fix you right up.
Whoa, not so fast. It has to be the right pre-qual, Len. Remember the last time you rushed into something? Hey, Len. At Lending Tree, you can pick from a choice of lenders, so you won't get stuck with a pre-qual you'll end up regretting.
Get pre-qualified, not pre-hosed. It's free at Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
It was love, Lenny.
It was Vegas, Len.
Welcome back. Time for tonight's Country Financial top performers. They include a pair of former White Sox shining tonight for the Oakland A's. Josh Begley went 2 for 4 with his 4th home run of the season as the A's beat the Rangers, but not to be outdone. How about Marcus Semien collecting 3 hits in the game as well? Jason Kipnis notched a couple doubles while extending his hitting streak to 18 in the Indians' loss to the Tigers today. Cardinals taking on the Marlins. Checking out a little action here. We go to the first, a man on for Giancarlo Stanton, and he does what he's been doing all season long. 460 feet to left field. That's a major league leading 26th of the season. It made it 2-0 Marlins. We go to the fourth now, 3-1 Miami. Javier Scruggs taking one down the line. That brings home a pair. Scruggs had 3 hits in this one, and we are tied at 3. Same score in the 7th, bases loaded. Mark Reynolds hits one off the pitcher. The throw not in time to first, so the go-ahead run would score, and that would be the winner. Cardinals always figure out a way to do it, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
4-3. They're now 23 games above 500.
They'll be tough to catch. Reds and Pirates from Pittsburgh. It was dog day at PNC Park. This pooch apparently is a Pete Rose fan. I don't think he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame either. 4-1 Reds, bottom of the 4th inning, 2 runners aboard. Francisco Cervelli crushes one to deep center field. That's gone. 3-run homer. Cervelli's 3rd of the season ties the game at 4. Later in the inning, 5-4 Buccos run around with 2 outs for Andrew McCutchen, and he unloads number 9 for the perennial all-star center fielder. Pirates score 7 times in the 4th. Hang on and win it 7-6. So the 2 teams ahead of the Cubs both win tonight. Hey, tonight's GMC Professional Grade player doesn't go to a major league athlete, but instead, Cubs fan Keith Hartley, who made a major league play of his own, the one-handed grab of a foul pop-up while holding his infant son Isaac. Hartley took the ball away from Adrian Gonzalez, and after a replay review, it was called fan interference. So that was the 3rd out of the inning for the Cubs, but security showed some compassion. They let the Hartleys stay in their seats, and Keith even earned an interview with our Kelly Crow.
Keith, walk me through everything that just happened when you saw that ball pop up. And guys, he's dealing with the sun out here too, I'm telling you.
It's tough to battle the elements here, and I don't even have my flip-up shades like I used to.
Can you believe the responses? Guys, already he's gotten numerous text messages. Of course, the whole stands got to see it on the big board. Did you get to see it?
I saw it on Twitter so far. I've got a lot of the anti-Bartman so far, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But it's not quite the World Series, so hopefully Adrian's not too upset. He's on my fantasy team.
He's tracking it the whole way. Even the Dodgers had some fun with this one. Thanks for the 3rd out, man. I think he'll take it.
Boy, if you'd have dropped the baby, though, hot water for a long time.
Coming up, another thrilling late inning affair on the north side. We go back out to the friendly confines where Kelly Kroll has more locker room reaction. And will there be a for sale sign hanging outside the White Sox locker room as we near the trade deadline? Should the Southsiders give away their prized pitcher?
I would say
parts?
no.
I tend to agree, but
very friendly contract.
A lot of people.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC. Now pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,000 purchase cash on 2015 Sierra SLT models.
Choosing from the $4 menu is not for the indecisive. Incredible values await. Behold the original double steak burger meal, the taco salad and chili cheese footlong meals, the garlic double steak burger meal.
What's that sound, Master?
Kung Fu elbow. Try it.
The $4 menu, where all meals are under $4 at Steak and Shake.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Pep Boys, Target, Ace, O'Reilly Auto, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
You dreamt of a kitchen to cook, with details in every nook. Then I showed you a crack on the wall and found you a house that was a smarter call. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
You decided to downsize your home. Then I said the contract should include an inspection, which revealed you weren't alone. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
Would you get in a cab if you knew the cabbie had no license? Would you put your kids on a school bus if the driver had a poor driving record? Shouldn't you have the same requirement for the financial advisor who's handling your life savings?
Before you invest, check to make sure your financial advisor is properly licensed. Call the Illinois Secretary of State Securities Department at 1-800-628-7937 or go to avoidthescam.net.
Do it today. Protect your hard-earned dollars.
Back to our top story. It was Zach Greinke against Jason Hamill as the Cubs and Dodgers continued their series out at Wrigley Field. Greinke was outstanding. He allowed just 3 hits and 6 shutout innings. He's only given up 9 earned runs over his last 9 starts. Got 1 win to show for it. Hamill was even better. Pitched 7 2/3 scoreless innings, allowed 2 hits, struck out 6. Finally ended in the bottom of the 10th. 1 out, bases loaded. Kristen Orfia, a long drive to center field. That will bring home the winning run. Cubs win their 4th in a row, their 9th walk-off win of the season. Time to bounce. 1-0 is your final from the friendly confines. Kelly Krull has your press pass for all the post-game reaction. She joins us now live from Wrigley Field. And Kelly, it seems like there's something special going on with the Cubs right now.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Mark. The 9th walk-off of the season. That's the most in the majors, and they're now 9 games above 500. The first time they've done that all season. But I think one of the things they walked away from tonight was really being proud of the fact that they're the first team now to beat back-to-back the Dodgers aces in both Clayton Kershaw and Zach Greinke. And if anything, these one-run ball games are teaching the guys that later down the stretch, these are the way you win ball games.
You just got to keep coming after them. You can't quit. I mean, the word grinding is used a lot in Major League Baseball. But we just had to convince a lot of our guys that that's the way to do this. It just doesn't happen. You have to take things. Nobody gives you anything here. You got to take things. So I love the way our guys are going about their business. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. We were engaged in every pitch. I thought we were in the present tense all night long, and I loved it.
I know everybody in there would probably like a little bit more time to catch their breath in some of those innings because we play nothing but one-run ball games. But it just goes to show the character. You know, we don't quit. We're going to keep coming. You know, obviously Zach, tough guy on the mound, to grind out at bats and have him done after 6. You know, that's huge. You know, we're real proud of the guys for that. And then obviously 10th inning finding a way.
You just heard mentioning how huge it was to get Zach Greinke out after 6 innings. Of course, both he and Jason Hamill, great pitching performances. However, I think all of that overshadowed by the catch of the night, the catch of the season maybe, who of course Keith Hartley was his name, holding his baby in one arm, barehanding a foul ball, taking it right out of Adrian Gonzalez's hand, and the crowd here, guys, in that moment going absolutely absolutely berserk. Even Joe Madden kind of stepping up to the top of the dugout, clapping for that. They all appreciated that highlight this evening. But altogether, a very nice win, team win for the Cubs once again here on the north side. For now, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Kelly, I think we might see that catch in our plays of the day in just a couple of minutes. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Great job out there. The Chicago Fire hosts DC United tomorrow night. You can catch that one on Comcast Sportsnet Plus at 7 p.m. The Fire are winless in their last 3 MLS matches. They're trying to find some consistency while also dealing with a crippling run of injuries.
It's crazy. Results aren't going our way, and all guys want to be out there to help, and it's been a pretty unique season where we've had pretty much 4 or 5 starters missing pretty much at all times, so we don't even know where we stand as a group. So we're looking forward to that day, but in the meantime, we got to find a way to get results.
Earlier in the show, we asked, would you be okay if the Sox traded Chris Sale if the price was right? One Life to Live talk says absolutely not on trading Chris Sale. He has a team-friendly contract and is the player around whom the White Sox build. Paige says absolutely not, but I would completely understand. Something needs to happen. Thanks, guys, for weighing in.
But not trading one of the best pitchers in baseball.
We know where you stand,
yes.
Mark.
The plays of the day are presented by Lexus.
Let's go to Pittsburgh. Tying run at third base with 2 outs for Todd Frazier. Hits a line drive to left. But how about that play there by Starling Marte making a fantastic diving grab to save a run. Pirates win 7-6.
Number 2, back to Wrigley Field. Jock Peterson, the line drive to second. Addison Russell had him play perfectly. As we mentioned, NBA scouts would be impressed with that vertical leap as he snags the line drive. But he would be outdone by a fan who didn't even have a glove tonight.
Keith Hartley breaking the internet today. Check this one out. A one-handed grab of the foul ball, taking it right out of the glove of Adrian Gonzalez. The highlight, however, that his son Isaac is just chilling in his left arm, and he is the star of the show. What a moment tonight at the Cubs game, and even better that the Cubs were able to squeak out that late victory.
And Isaac didn't miss a beat either. He kept going on the bottle, so everyone was happy on the way home. That's going to do it for Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC. We thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you guys next time, 24/7 on CSNChicago.com.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC. Now pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,000 purchase cash on 2015 Sierra SLT models.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with New Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at Advance Auto, Walgreens, Ace, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Advance Auto, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Remember the invite? Remember to make reservations?
Absolutely.
Remember the tickets? Remember where we parked?
Absolutely. Generously appointed Lexus ES and ES Hybrid with leading-edge connectivity. Unforgettable. Lease the 2015 ES 350 for $349 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Tomorrow, it's a battle of blue as the Northsiders set out to seize Game 3 of the series from LA. But first, join us for Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto. Cubs, Dodgers starting at 6:30 on CSN. Wednesday Baseball is brought to you by DraftKings.
The web is full of stories and sources. When it comes to your Chi-Town squads, you can bet CSNChicago.com is bringing you the facts. From Chicago, for Chicago. CSNChicago.com.
I'm Robin Ventura.